Hello everyone and welcome to this new series where we talk to Warwick alumni and current students about where their degree is taking them. Today I'm talking to Emily Alger, and this is a conversation I've been really looking forward to because it's a great example of using statistics to do something meaningful and to make a positive impact on the world, which is something that's very important to share with people who might be considering a degree in statistics. So Emily, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, I'm Emily. I'm a fourth year Maths and Statistics student at Warwick. I came in year 13 from state school, and outside of university, I like going to the University of Warwick Wind Orchestra, so a shout out to them. I play clarinet and saxophone with them.
Great. And so I know you did an internship last summer. Could you tell us a bit more
Mhm.
about that?
Sure. So I had an internship with the Institute of Cancer Research. So I spent 8 weeks within the Clinical Trials and Statistics unit, and I worked on two different topics within there. So the first was looking at the methodological side of clinical trials, so how we present clinical trials within the papers we publish with results from them. And the other half was looking at trying to model survival outcomes for people with prostate cancer, looking at the number of immune cells they have at their time of diagnosis.
And so now that that internship is done, what are your plans for the future?
So after my internship ended, my supervisor actually suggested I applied for one of the PhDs she currently had available. So right at the beginning of term one, I applied for their PhD and I got accepted onto their studentship. So I'll be working at the Institute of Cancer Research for about 3.5 years. My PhD in general is looking at how we can include patient recorded outcomes in their phase one clinical trials. So, in a phase one trial, you're looking at the safest dose or the maximum dose you can give to a patient safely. And we usually look at clinicians' advice to decide how dangerous the dose is to the patient. And this PhD is looking at ways that we can actually involve the patient in those decision makings.
Yeah, and so when you're doing the PhD, are you likely to have some interaction with the patients?
Yeah, so one of the reasons I actually really like the idea of this PhD is it's very patient focused. So I get to have meetings with patients to work with them to see how best we can support them during the clinical trial and how we can implement these patient recorded outcomes with them in mind.
Well, congratulations on the PhD offer.
Thank you.
So I guess looking back on your degree in statistics, I guess how has the stats department prepared you for doing this sort of work?
So I think one of the really great things about the Warwick Stats department is the flexibility they have within their different degree courses and streams. So they offer MORS, which is mathematics, operational research, statistics, economics, maths and statistics, and data science. And data science primarily is working with the computer science department. And I think one of the great things is that you have the opportunity to dip your toe in the water of lots of different departments and see what modules really interest you. So obviously, I've tried to specialize into a genetics, medical statistics side, but you also have the opportunity to work more within business school modules or economics as the degree goes on. I think when you're a first year, it's quite intimidating to look at all of these different degrees. And I was at the time just interested in mathematics. I didn't really know what it meant, but I enjoyed A level maths and further maths at uni. So now, when you do a math and statistics degree, you're able to try out lots of different areas and then specialize over time. So you don't feel a great burden about choosing the perfect degree for you when you're choosing in year 13.
Yeah, that's one of the real highlights of the department. And so, thinking about all the new students who might be applying to degrees now or are going to be starting next year, I guess what sort of general advice do you have for someone in that position?
I think wherever you are, the next step is always maybe daunting. I remember when I was choosing universities, it's quite a daunting thing to do, and there's always an uncertainty there. I think as stat students, we can definitely kind of appreciate this idea of uncertainty. So I think wherever you are, you just need to make the next right decision, which will help you on the path you want to be. So you might go down lots of roads, which in the end don't work out to be what you like. But I think by just following the path which feels right, you'll get to a good place in the end.
Yeah, that's something that really resonates with me. I can remember when I went to Warwick for open days, I couldn't exactly put my finger on exactly why I liked the university, but it just felt like the right place for me and it ended up working out well.
Yeah, that really resonates with me too. I think I found the initial open days quite daunting because it's quite intimidating meeting all these new people. But it's when I went to offer holder days that I could really start to get to know the department, and they're actually really supportive and welcoming, and I could really feel that. And I kind of knew Warwick was right for me from that moment on.
Great, well, thank you for sharing your advice and experience, and best of luck with the PhD.